Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the question answers of our chapter Courageous Washington. Okay, we have gone through the explanation portion of this chapter in the previous video, and today we will go through the question answers of that particular video. Class 6 English, the question answers of the chapter Courageous Washington. Okay, it was a chapter related with the childhood of the former United States President George Washington. Once he broke a tree by his hatchet, and then his father scolded him, but he accumulated his strength and said everything to his father, and his father was glad that his son was able to say truth, and he had the strength to say truth to his said truth to his father. Okay, so this was the chapter. Now I am going with the choose the correct option. The story teaches us the quality of telling lies, speaking rudely, being disobedient, speaking the truth. So what is the correct answer? Correct answer is option number 4, speaking the truth. After this, I will only go with the question and the correct answer. So you have to take the correct answer. The first answer of the first question, choose the correct one, is 4th option. Option number 4, speaking the truth. Now question number 2. George Washington's father had a dash of fine fruits. So orchid. Option number B is correct, orchid. Okay. Question number 3. George was gifted a dash on his birthday. George was gifted a dash. What was George gifted? George was gifted a hatchet. Option number 3 is correct, hatchet. Now, George's father was sorry to lose his dash tree. Correct option is second one, cherry tree. Okay, cherry tree is the correct answer. Now, George dared to take the responsibility of option number 1, his actions. Okay, now the truth is the quality of option number 2, God. Okay, now we must develop these two qualities. Which two qualities? Truth and courage. So third option is correct, truth and courage. I am repeating the answers: speaking the truth, orchid, hatchet, cherry, his actions, God, and truth and courage. These were the answers of the choose the correct answer. Now we are moving towards the true and false. So the first one, George Washington lived in an orchid. It's a false. Okay, he lives in a farm. George chopped down a cherry tree with his knife. No, it's a false. With a hatchet. With a not with a knife, with a hatchet. Okay, so it's a false. George trembled with fear but told the truth. So it's a true. Okay, so third one is true. Fourth, George's father was glad to know that his son dared to speak the truth. So it is true. Now, George never wanted to take the responsibility of his actions. False. He took the responsibility at last. So false. George Washington became the president of the United States of America. So it's a true. Okay. So with this we have completed the true and false. The correct formation are false, false, true, true, false, true. Okay. Now we will move on towards who said the following words. So the first one, I am happy that you are telling the truth. It's been said by George's father. Okay, father. Second one, I did it with my hatchet. It was said by George. Third one, but why did you cut the tree when I told you to be extra careful with it? Father. Answer is father. Fourth one, I will always think before I act. So it's George. Last one, you must always practice it. It's father. So the correct answers are George's father. I mean, so the first one is father, second George, then father, then George, then father. Okay. Now we are moving towards the question and answers. So the first question is, describe George Washington as a child. So George Washington was a naughty but honest boy. He is also courageous and always speaks truth or believes in speaking the truth. Okay. This is the answer of the question number 1 of the answer of the following questions. Now, describe the incident which took place in the story. Which incident took place? In the story, the George cut a tree by his hatchet and later accepts his mistake by showing courage. So this was the story. गलती से जॉर्ज जो है वो हैशेड से चेरी ट्री को कट कर देता है और उसके बाद लास्ट में जो है मिस्टेक को एक्सेप्ट करता है. ओके, नाउ द क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. व्हाई डिड जॉर्ज ट्रेम्बल विथ फियर? जॉर्ज जो है डरा हुआ क्यों था? जॉर्ज ट्रेम्बल विथ फियर because his father wanted to know the name of the person who cut the tree, and George did that task, so he is feared because he was thinking like his father is going to scold him. ओके, उसको ऐसा लग रहा था कि उसके फादर जो है वो उसे डांटेंगे, इसलिए वो उस एक्ट से लेके बहुत ज़्यादा डरा हुआ था. क्लियर? नाउ द नेक्स्ट वन. व्हाई वाज जॉर्ज फादर हैप्पी? जॉर्ज के फादर किस चीज़ को देखकर या किस चीज़ से खुश थे? So George's father was happy because he showed courage and said truth in front to him. Okay, I mean George's father was angry because he did a mischievous or a naughty act, but he's somewhere satisfied that his son accumulated his strength and showed a courageous side by telling the truth. Okay, so that is why he is happy. Now the fifth question. What did George never forget? George क्या कभी भी भूल नहीं सकता? Okay, so the answer is George never forget his father's word that truth is the quality of God. George कभी इन चीज़ों को नहीं भूलेगा कि truth जो है वो भगवान की क्वालिटी है. Okay, now what did George become in future? George become द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स इन फ्यूचर. आगे जाके वो यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के अमेरिका के प्रेसिडेंट बना. ठीक है, सो दीज वर ऑल द क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर्स ऑफ आवर चैप्टर जॉर्ज वॉशिंगटन. विद दिस वी हैव कंप्लीटेड द चैप्टर. व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज टू गो थ्रू द क्वेश्चन आंसर्स एंड देन यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट. इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो वी विल स्टार्ट एनीथिंग न्यू. आई होप आपको समझ में आया होगा. थैंक यू.